I stood on the sidewalk at 16 years old, clutching a singed teddy bear, and watched my entire world turn into ash. The fire took everything. My home, my clothes, and the only person who ever truly loved me, my mom. She was a waitress who worked double shifts just to keep us in a tiny apartment, but she always said we were rich in spirit. After the funeral, a social worker told me that since my dad was never in the picture, they reached out to my Aunt Brenda, my mom's sister who lived in a literal mansion 3 towns over. Brenda was a corporate lawyer, married to a surgeon, and they had a guest house larger than our old apartment. I waited by the phone for 3 days, but when the social worker came back, her face was grim. She told me Brenda had declined to take me in, saying her schedule was too busy for a grieving teenager. I spent the next year in 3 different foster homes, sleeping on air mattresses, switching schools, and feeling like a discarded piece of trash. Then, on my 17th birthday, Brenda's ex-husband Mark showed up at my foster home. He looked sick to his stomach, and he handed me a manila envelope. Inside was my mom's will. It turned out my mom had a life insurance policy worth $400,000. And Brenda was the executor. Mark found out that Brenda had been using my inheritance to pay off her massive credit card debts and her country club fees. She told the courts I was unstable and violent, so they'd keep me in the system, because as long as I was a ward of the state, nobody was looking at where the money went. Mark helped me get a lawyer, and we sued her for every penny. Not only did she lose her law license, but the judge ordered her to pay back every cent with interest. I used that money to buy a small house and start college. And now, every time Brenda tries to call me from the tiny apartment she's forced to live in, I just let it go to voicemail.